bringing you our first guest of the night. He just got off the press conference, virtual press conference for the 450 Supercross guys, the folks at Feld, and he's doing this show too. What a media glamour guy he is. Adam Cianciarulo, what's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Just get the shit out of the way, right? Let's just do all the media shit today.
All the media stuff today,
Yeah.
right?
To be fair, when Steve asked me to do the show, I agreed to it, and I completely forgot about this press conference tonight. I'm not sure I would have double booked on a Monday night. There's a college football national championship on. There's a lot of things going on.
Right.
No, we're happy to be here.
We're not sure we would have double booked. Well, let's just get you in and out. Let's make this quick, So.
No, listen, man. You know me. I love to talk.
What's going to happen to Harden? What do you think goes on with James Harden? For a while, he was going to my beloved Raptors. That's not going to happen. Everyone at Houston's very upset with him because he kind of told them what to do with the team, and now he wants out. Who can afford that contract? What is going to happen with Harden?
I don't know. I've never, I don't know. Harden, I have a mixed feelings about him.
Right.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. It was looking like he was going to go to the Sixers there for a second.
Yep.
But then they seem like they're kind of unwilling. I don't know. It seems like Houston isn't really cooperating with wanting to trade him. So
right.
I don't know, man.
We don't really have that in moto, but I can see it. There's riders in our sport where the whole team is kind of at their beck and call, right? And you guys have most of the power in our sport like a Harden does. And you can't be traded and you can't say you're out. When your contract's up, you can leave. But there's some similarities there in our sports. No?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I think in mainstream sports now it's getting pretty crazy. It's getting pretty crazy how much the players have control. To me, it's like
right.
The Texans, they're my favorite football team, and now right. The whole drama with Deshaun Watson, they didn't consult him on who they were going to hire, and so he's mad, and he just basically sounded like he's just going to demand a trade, and it's like somebody at Cali throwing a bad shock on my bike or bad forks or something, and I'm like, hey, I think I'm out.
Yeah.
And he's making $200 million over the next 4 years or something. It's pretty crazy, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
If you can do it, I guess, right?
I know, and at some point, the point of wait a minute, I own this team. I employ you. It's no different from, if you own a gas station and you employ a mechanic. It's like, I own the gas station. You work for me. So why would I call you to add in a service rider? But yet it's not the same. I get it. But,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think I look at it from my perspective. I look at it like, Kawasaki employs me. They pay me to do a job. And I feel like anytime I show up at the practice track or and this is just the way I was taught too, but anytime I show up at the practice track or, at the race, it's like that's my business. That's, I'm there to work for them. And I got to make it work the best I can no matter what.
Right.
No matter what happens. So
Can you remember one time in your career that you demanded – you knew something was better, and then you asked for it, and you actually got it, or was there?
Oh, I know this. I can't talk about it, but I know.
I just want to know if there's a point in his career that he wanted something and he actually got it, and it was outside the box.
I'm sure that goes all the way back to my early PC days, like 2009, 2010, with Alan and my dad Alan and Mitch together. That would be. I'm sure there's some stories there, but. Yeah, it's out there. It's happened.
It's happened.
But I like, I think everybody's trying to do the best they can to succeed. And I try to have respect for people and their opinions. And, I try to come across respectful in any situation. I'm definitely not the type of guy that, with certain parts or certain things on the bike or anything where I'm like, this is terrible. You got to get this thing off my bike. What are you guys trying to do to me? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's never me. So
702-586-7857. You got a question for Adam Cianciarulo. Brought to you by Artosport.com. Did Roxy ever get you anything? I remember last time we were on, you said no, but hopefully soon.
I buy that stuff on Amazon.
I know, but Roxy...
The stuff in most deodorants is so bad for you, I found out. All the metals and stuff.
The aluminum, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Hey, are you the guy, and I don't want to put you on a spot here because maybe you're not the guy and you're going to this is going to be a bad question for you, but I think you're the guy, so I'm going to ask this question because I'm confident you're the guy. Are you the rider that leaves at the end of the night without saying anything to the team?
Ooh, good
like
one.
thanks or hey, or like, do you talk to Oscar and Justin and everybody and say thank you? I'll see you later.
Yeah, I typically don't leave. Like that's practice for me too.
Okay.
I don't typically leave the practice track without thanking everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's something that I'd like really have to think about. It's just something I've always done, and I just feel it's correct. I'm sure there's been nights where I've been mad or whatever, where I've haven't said goodbye to everyone. But I like to at least try to shake everybody's hand before I leave.
I've been on teams where that happens, where like another rider will come up to me that I don't even work for and say, "Hey man, thanks.
Really?
I'm out of here." You know what I mean?
That's cool.
And I'm always like, "Dude, that's awesome." Like I think that's so. Villeman would do that. Villeman would be like, "Hey Mathis, thanks. See you later." You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I always thought that was awesome. And I've been on teams where guys just left without even talking to their mechanic.
What's the ratio?
Probably 60-40 to saying thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably better on that end of things. But I've been on teams where I'm like, "Hey, where's your guy at?" And then the guy's like, "I don't know." The mechanic.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big team guy too. Like even like I enjoy seeing the team succeed. Right. Like okay, so Eli and I are essentially two different. We have different crew chiefs, different suspension guys, different this, but we're both on Cowies. I feel like, and this is genuine. Like I really feel like Kawasaki. Like I feel like they've been such a big part of my life. Like I like nights on Eli wins and I have a bad night or whatever. Like it's still cool for me to see everybody pumped up and to have that like team success. Obviously, I want success myself too, but I like being a team guy and I like seeing other people succeed like that.
Yeah, no,
it's human.
Well, okay,
he's a human being.
So let me ask you guys this. Chad wins the championship, right, at Yamaha, the year I'm working for Red Dog. He wins the 04 championship. And him and I have beef. And part of my beef with Chad is because he didn't treat us very nicely, the other team members. And we had it out, right? We yelled at each other.
Okay.
Right.
So he wins the championship at Vegas. They say, "Mathis, get on the podium for the team shot." I'm like, "I'm out."
Right.
Dick move or not?
See, that's what I would have done.
I would have see that's a situation for me where I bite the bullet and go on the podium and then I'm laying in bed later that night thinking to myself, "God, dude, you're such an idiot. Like, you're such a bitch. You should not have done that."
Right. See, and I was like, "Yep, later." Like I'm happy for Gothic and all the mechanic, rookie, everybody. Like I'm stoked for Bob Oliver, everybody. That's awesome, but I'm out.
Yep.
That's funny, man.
Right.
That's funny.
Treat others like you want to be treated. That's it.
Yeah, Chad would be a dick to us at the track, and I'm like, okay, I'm not standing for that. We all work 100 hours a week.
This is what I try to tell myself with that kind of stuff is I try not to let the way I treat people be contingent on how they treat me, and that's not in something I am like fantastic at doing by any means. You know what I mean? But that's something I shoot for. So I guess when I'm laying in bed later that night, calling myself a bitch, I would also think of that and be like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe you're cool.
Yeah, see, I have trouble with that. Even to this day, I'm an old ass man.
It's hard.
And I have beef with people in the industry, and like, I don't talk to them. I'm like, screw you, you're a dick. Later. You know what I mean? I don't be like, hey man, I'm just not that way. But you got to, Adam. You're also, you're an athlete. You're in the spotlight. You know what I mean? You have to be that way. It's better for your brand to be that way. So. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Right.
All right. So, not the smoothest off season for you, but you feeling ready to go? You feeling tip top, like as good as last year, or do you feel like you're gonna build a little bit here?
I feel good. There's like a little bit of unknown. I think last year was quite a bit different because, coming off a good year all around, really. On a 250, winning a bunch of races, winning my first championship, and then winning Monster Cup was kind of a surprise. And it was just a big wave of momentum, just so much momentum. And I felt like I could do no wrong. And I had a good rookie season, but, I guess it's kind of come back down to earth a little bit. I told you a little bit about what I've dealt with the off season as far as, so if you guys remember, general public here I'm talking to remembers when I was talking about like this arm pump type situation I was having around Oakland, San Diego time last year. So basically I woke up one morning in like September of 2019 when I first got on a 450. And all of a sudden I was having this weird like weakness in my hand, and it was very difficult to describe my symptoms, but it was pretty manageable. Some days it would suck, some days it'd be fine. So I kind of dealt with that for quite a while, and it kept getting worse to where even at the last round in Paula this year, man, I could barely hold on to the bike. I was scared to death that I was going to fall off the bike. Legit, like this is legit.
Yeah.
Not saying I could like go so much faster, or whatever, or, but that happened. And so I thought I had this big cyst on my wrist. And keep in mind with doctors and everything, I'm trying everything I can over the course of the season to try to, get this thing. I've done, I feel everything I could. So I get this cyst removed on my wrist. I thought that was it. That was right as I was about to get back on the bike. After this had to be middle or beginning of November. So it took a couple weeks off of that, came back, and it felt like it was a little bit better, and I was just going to wait to see if some of the inflammation went away. And then just 3 weeks ago, the week before Christmas, I ride on a Monday, and it's like way worse. I can barely ride, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, this isn't fun. Like riding hadn't been fun for me for a while because I've been managing this thing. I could barely go through the whoops with all this stuff. And so I called my agent, Steve, and I'm like, listen, man, like where else can I go? Like who can give me another opinion on this? So he ended up getting me in with Dr. Viola in Vail, Colorado. So the same guy that did Kenny's arms. And so I actually ended up getting on a plane to Denver that Monday night. So this had to be like the 22nd of December. Driving, I got to the hotel like 3 a.m. Had a doctor's appointment at 8, and then surgery later that day. So it turned out being my ulnar nerve in my elbow. So it was coming from my elbow. I thought it was my wrist the whole time. So it was this nerve that was basically trapped. And causing all this numbness in my
Was it from an old injury, or was it just something that happens like just from wear and tear?
No, it's something that happens, and that's what I asked him. I said, how does this happen?
Right.
He says it happens to not just athletes. It happens to everybody, and they really don't know why it happens, but it happens. So, so we ended up just basically going in there, scoping it, moving the stuff that was blocking the nerve, and he did say it would take probably a few months to feel completely normal, just because the brain hasn't been receiving signals. That lower half of my arm hasn't been receiving signals past where it's pinched from my brain for a while. So all those muscles are a little bit weak and all that stuff. But regardless, I feel really fit. I feel fitter than last year. I feel as far as the guys I've ridden with, like I rode with Ken a little bit, and everybody knows how fast Chase is in practice. And I've been riding with him, at Stewart's, obviously, and I feel like my pace is good too. So despite a kind of a little bit of a frustrating off season where obviously you're just wanting to, put weeks together of hard training, I feel like I've had, I've made the best with the time I have had, and I feel good about where my bike's at and all that stuff. So I think there's maybe a little bit of a sense that I'm going to get in there and build, but, also wouldn't be surprised if I came out, swinging like last year.
What's this amazing to me? Like, did the doctor know it was even remotely around the elbow? Like, you had surgery that morning, so how does he know that's where he's going right away?
So they have everything, like all the MRIs and all that stuff in-house. So I saw him at 8 a.m. and had 2 MRIs, one on my wrist, one on my elbow. And then I lied. So I got mixed up. So I had a doctor's appointment with him at 8, and then I did those MRIs and then talked to him again that afternoon. And then the next morning, so this would be the 23rd of December, I had that little surgery. And I was on a plane back to Florida by 3:45.
And it feels good, but it's going to take a bit.
It doesn't. Like, I'll tell you the same thing I just told Nick driving home the other day. Like it doesn't feel like it's hindering me at all. Like I still feel it there, but not to the point where this lap's going to be a 54 instead of a 53 because of my arm. Like it doesn't feel like it's holding me back. it doesn't feel like my other one, but it doesn't feel like it's holding me back.
Well, listen, you were supposed to come in for the Ronnie Tishner thing where the guy came in from Georgia, our buddy John.
Yeah, see,
and
that's half the reason I'm being so transparent about this. I felt bad.
Well, but listen, and here's where I'm going with this. You're an awesome guy. I think John got more of his money's worth.
100%.
I mean, you're awesome. You're a great guy, but
Oh, was he in the show for Weimer? And
yes.
Oh, fuck.
That was his prize.
What a legend.
So,
jeez.
I think it worked out. I think it all worked out that way. So.
Oh, I was when you told me that it was going to be Jake and RV, I was like, you know what? I feel a little bit less bad. That guy's going to have a blast.
Yeah, because it got sideways badly near the end, but in the end, it was still a very entertaining show. So,
it doesn't shock me that it went sideways.
Do you want to know though, like in the future, when you Instagram from Vail, Colorado, like I'm gonna ask people what's up.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I plan on telling people.
Okay.
I don't want to. I really don't want to be the guy that is trying to like hide my sickness or injuries or stuff like that, man. Yeah, it's just I just hate cliches, man. I hate being cliche.
Right. And I'm like, look, he's not just going to Vail to go ski.
No, I'm not going skiing.
Right. There's something going on in Vail. And I know there's a lot of doctors in Vail because the U.S. Olympic team's up there. I know this.
Totally.
So,
no, it was great. Those guys are unbelievable up there. I'd never been treated that well before in any type of.
You're a millionaire athlete. They're going to treat you good. I mean, come on.
No, I don't do that. It was all across the board. It was crazy.
Kiefer, do you want to ask him now, or do you want to?
No, that's the end. We'll do that at the end.
Okay.
But I will say, Travis Preston, he had his knee done by the same doctor.
Yep.
And he just stayed up there in his motorhome, and he said the doctor's the best thing he's ever seen in his life.
Same guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, this guy was insane.
How do you feel about the whole 3 races in a week thing? You're going to try to ride Thursday, from what I hear. A lot of guys are going to try to ride Thursday. Then again, I heard from somebody that I just did a podcast with Van Martin, and he was telling me how they get a lot of rain there too. So you may not be able to ride all week. You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I think there was a time in my career where I really needed to ride a lot and put in a lot of time, and I don't feel like I'm like, yes, you have to, there's a time and place, but as far as we're going to be riding 3 times in essentially a week, that's plenty, I think. I mean, if it works out and we can go and ride that place on Thursday just a little bit, that would be cool, but I'm really not stressing it. I'll have my bicycle there and a gym and all that stuff, so it's not like I'm going to learn, forget how to ride.
Are you hoteling it, or are you going to rent something?
No, I went Airbnb on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Yeah, Airbnb.
I love that. I have some friends that live in the area, so they told me exactly where to get an Airbnb. I guess like West University, or I don't know, somewhere cool.
Right. It should be good. I learned my lesson in Salt Lake. You exited stage left at Salt Lake early, but
God, that was tough.
That's a tough deal. That's a tough.
Jeez,
God.
Tough.
Hey, look, Adam's here. Oh, Adam's gone.
See you later.
Oh my God, man, that was a tough time. Like, it was such a good year, and then I think back to the month of June, and it's almost just erased off the map. It's just terrible.
We were like, oh, look, Adam's here. Oh, okay, goddamn, he's gone.
No, I love Salt Lake so much too. I'm like, man,
I know.
Be here. The house was cool.
We had a good time.
Let's do it.
Hey, are you worried about COVID? Did you have you got it? Or you haven't got it?
No, I haven't gotten it.
But
I've
dude,
been tested quite a few times.
There's got to be. We've been discussing it on our shows. I don't know who it is, but with the contact tracing and everything else that's going on, and you're a fan of the mainstream sports, so you know what's going on there. Some racers are going to miss races.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Statistically speaking, you would think that at least 2 or 3 people miss some races, like high-profile guys.
So let me ask you this contact. Go ahead. Okay. Sorry.
I've been doing everything I can, and taking it really seriously.
Right.
Obviously, it's more of it's a big responsibility, because it's not just me, it's the team, and a lot of guys have put in a lot of hours, and we want to be as safe as we can. So it's like, you have to live your life to a certain extent. Like I got to leave the house, and I got to go to the track and ride and do that kind of stuff. But I've been being as careful as I can.
Yeah.
So this contact trace thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to quarterback this in my mind. So if someone on the team on Cowie, so Adam and Eli are fucked.
If someone on Cowie tests positive, they will pull everybody that person's been in contact with.
Pull them
out of the race, out of the deal.
One person on the team.
Yeah. Because it spreads so rapidly, you'll have to go isolate.
That is, to me, that's bullshit.
Well, call the NBA and the NFL, bro, and everybody else.
Dude, that is so. Dude, a privateer is going to win Supercross championship.
Alex Ray, Supercross title?
Just think about it. Privateers have less dudes around them. These factory guys have how many fucking guys?
Yeah, but think about privateers. They are YOLO. They will go to bars and restaurants.
Yeah, that's what I was
A-Ray's not going anywhere, dude. He's on lock. He's going to win.
No, these guys, these privateers have no clue. They will be out like popping bottles on a Thursday night.
Just getting chicks.
Yeah. These guys banging whores with Rod Bell. Right. These guys aren't going to know that.
Hey, buddy, I'm HIV ? But not COVID positive. Fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah,
Supercross championship.
Exactly. So,
I love that.
Let's take some phone calls here for Adam Cianciarulo. First up, we have Nathan on. Nathan's on 2. Nathan, what's going on? What's your question for Adam Cianciarulo?
I was going to ask him what's it like to be friends, be partners with Eli Tomac.
What's it like having Eli around?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Eli and I don't spend a whole lot of time together, to be honest with you. He's in Colorado a lot. I'm in Florida, but we do link up at the test track in Corona, the Cowie test track, and we ride quite a bit together normally around December time and typically January if all the races were out west. But Eli is, he's an intense dude. He's really, really focused, really there to do a job. There's not a whole lot of interaction, but I've never had any issues with him. He's always been nothing but respectful, and I think it's cool for my career. Kind of looking back and seeing all the guys I've been able to be around. Like Villapoto and Dungey and Eli, all these champs, and they all kind of have that, that intensity about them. So it's cool to see.
Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks.
All right, Radcliffe, what's your question for AC?
Hey, AC, just wanted to say it was really cool to hear you open up about what's been going on with your wrist. I know, it was kind of bothering you for a while, and I've had the same ulnar nerve issues, and just want to say it was cool to hear about that. And also, I have a theory on that it's from holding your phone. So, I don't know. Maybe don't hold your phone in that hand.
No way. Really?
And I'm sure probably riding your bike a ton and riding motorcycle and holding on to the whoops and everything else you do that adds to it.
But also the phone.
But also the damn phone. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for the story.
Right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
You talk about hiding injuries and stuff, and this is going to be my race tech rant later. Well, one of my race tech rants later. Look, what if, and Adam, you can appreciate this. What if you're a fan, and there's really fans of Blake Baggett out there? There's really fans. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want to say about Blake, he's won a Supercross, he's won a national championship. Imagine being a fan of Blake Baggett and just sort of following the sport. You're not hardcore, but you do read Racer X and you do read whatever comes on, Swap Moto and everything.
MXA?
Right.
And Blake Baggett is just fucking gone. He's gone.
No one knows.
But almost I almost feel like fans of Blake probably it probably feeds into it even more.
Maybe
they probably like that about him.
I don't know, but it's look, we know him and the team parted ways, and we know that we think that there's a lawsuit going on, right? So I get all that. I'm fine with you don't want to discuss that. It's all legal shit. I get it. But can Blake Baggett talk to anyone and say, I want to come back, I plan to come back, or I'm done? Anything. Can we get any sort of update from a number 4 rider? Nothing? Just nothing? What the fuck's wrong with our sport?
I don't know. It's kind of cool, but I get it. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but listen, from my perspective, I don't know. It's
hey, it's on brand. It's on brand. Let's face it.
Here's my thing. If I'm at that level of Blake and Adam, okay, and I'm gonna just peace out. You have to go to a certain level in your mind of I'm just over fucking dirt bikes, period, to be there. I mean, in that mind space, right? Because I think even though you say Blake is Blake, he's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, motorcycles made who the fuck you are, Blake. Like, this is why you have what you have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, and I get how frustrated it is, and I get that. But he has fans, and look, I'm not going to be sitting here saying, "Oh, they pay his fucking salary," because I'm not going to be one of those guys.
No, I know.
But they've supported this guy, bought merchandise, bought the Chupacabra thing.
But not even so much the fans, just dirt bikes in general. When you started, when you're 5 years old, dude, this is what you love to do, and then you go to the spot in your mind, you're like, I fucking hate it.
Can we just get an update? That's all. Are you alive? Is he alive? Does anybody actually know if Blake is alive?
Why didn't you text him?
I did.
He did.
This is what you do. So it's like when you call somebody and they don't answer and you just want the thing to just ring forever, you FaceTime them. The thing rings forever, dude.
I never thought of that.
He'll have to answer you eventually because he's not.
Right.
He'll have to answer you, dude.
I texted Stu, and I texted Blake, and then I put on Twitter, AC, a poll. Who gets back to me first, Stu or Blake, or neither? And right now, neither has 70% of the vote.
Really? Did Stu come back to you?
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No. But Stu is beating Baggett in the poll. So,
that is awesome.
No way.
Yeah, so voting closes.
Well, we do have ties. There's kind of ties.
Right.
We got Stu ties for life.
Right. No, for sure. But anyway, so that's an aside.
So
I had to mention that because Adam would appreciate this being a fan of sports. Like this would be like not Harden, but this would be like Kyle Lowry just disappearing, just gone.
Kyle Lowry.
I know, right?
So does this mean later in the year 2021 goes by, no one hears anything from Blake? Are you and Adam going out to do a video finding Baggett?
Yes, we are. We're going to the ranch.
Volunteering me for that?
Yes. Oh yeah, you're in.
Okay.
All right. Ben's on 5. Ben, what's your question for Adam Cianciarulo?
How you going, Adam?
Good, man. How are you?
All right, thanks. First of all, good luck this year in the championship. I'll be looking forward to it. My question is, I was just wondering how the Daniel Ricciardo thing came about at your training day, and how was it?
Yeah, so kind of funny. Daniel and I have been kind of conversing back and forth on. Obviously, he's a fan of Supercross. I'm a fan of Formula One, and really, what got us kind of talking is we kind of had similar music interests at the time. So we were always like, I would just post stuff about songs I was listening to, and he would say something, and so we've always kind of just had a little bit of banter back and forth. And he's really good buddies with Will Hahn, and he was actually, I think he was staying down at Will's house. Or no, he's got a house in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there for a while, and we had talked about getting together, and I went to dinner with him and Will one night, and they're just kind of stuck up there with COVID and not able to do too much, and he had a free day and ended up coming down and checking it out, and it was super cool, man, to see how into it he was and all the questions he was asking me, and even I talked to him on the way home even, and he's like, man, was that a good testing day for you? Like, did you make progress? Like, asking questions, and it's really cool to see like a superstar in that sport take interest in our little sport, and yeah, man, he's a super good dude.
I just want you to know that after I saw that, I screenshot it, sent it to Will, and said, "You're out, I guess." He's moved on, but apparently that didn't really work because Wilbur and him are still buddies. But
yeah, I told Will when we were leaving dinner. I told him it's good to see our relationship back on the right track.
Right.
I told him I can't really. I told him it feels passive aggressive to me when he passes me at the track in a blue shirt. Like he doesn't even have to say anything. It just feels passive aggressive.
Right. What you should have done is cut the track to get in front of him. That's what you should do. Just keep cutting the track.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. Dave's on 3. Dave's what's up, man?
Hey guys, I got a question with AC, and you guys brought up Stu, and then also Baggett. So it kind of sounds like maybe a little bit of burnout. They're kind of have a bad taste in their mouth about the sport. So AC being a happy-go-lucky guy, do you kind of even understand why they get that way, even though you tend to be more positive?
Oh, I'm sure Adam, right, Adam? You can get it. You can understand it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not that I don't feel like – it's not like I would never feel that way. You know, I think it's just all about, like, how you manage your emotions, you know. It's not like I'm this super happy-go-lucky guy and then all this negative stuff and all this, you know, negative thoughts and all this stuff doesn't come to me at all. You know, it's just how I choose to, I guess, handle it, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, it's tough sometimes. The sport can make you, you know, the sport's made me bitter at times. You know, it's just, you can paint yourself into these corners just kind of mentally on your own and, you know, have some things go your way. I know Blake's dealing with some stuff with, you know, not getting paid and, you know, just kind of probably feeling like he's, you know, got screwed and just doesn't really feel like talking. So I definitely understand.
Can we get a tweet?
I've been there.
Can we get a tweet? Can we get, hey, guys, taking Supercross off. Hope to see you soon. Can we get anything?
We may get them now. Basically what you're doing right now is like the equivalent to like, you know, the Batman light shining in the sky.
Right. I mean, I'm biased because I'm in the media, but Jesus, I mean, can we get anything?
Blake is a really cool personality in the sport too.
Yeah.
You know, being on a bunch of like press conferences and stuff with him, he says some really intelligent stuff and gives the people some good insight. So I'd like to see him back as well.
Right. Just can we get anything? We don't need a deep dive into the finances and the reasons why. But are you alive and are you ever going to race again? That's it. That's all we need.
I don't know. To me, like,
he'll be back.
As a fan, almost that's disrespectful for me.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just thinking, like, look at just like you said, just a tweet or something. Right. I know you're a private dude. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna check out for a bit. That's all. Just I'm checking out.
Right. And I said the same thing about Stu. To be fair, go back and listen to me when Stu quit. I'm like, Stu, just say something, anything. So I've been the same. Thanks, David. Thanks for the call.
Yep.
Thanks.
Maybe we'll get like a Michael Jordan press release, like I'm back.
Yeah,
nothing else.
Nothing else. Before we let you go, Adam, Kiefer, you have a big question for Adam. And,
yes.
And I kind of warned Adam about this.
You did?
No, not before tonight, but the other day I texted with him.
Kiefer's got a question for me. I know what it's about.
Okay.
Okay, then just answer it then for me.
I don't know. You have to be more specific. I have the general idea just of what it's going to be, but
as you know, I can't let you go without talking something about your home life, right?
Yeah.
And you did put it out there, and this is the only reason why I'm asking. If it wasn't out there, I would not ask.
Right.
I get it.
Is this what's up with the freshie? And I didn't know it was. I thought you were with your other one for a long time. I recently found out that you weren't, and then this popped up. So can you explain? Not explain. Just how's this going?
Yeah. As much as I want to dive into details, no, it's good. It's actually a girl. Her name's Brittany. It's a girl that I grew up with. That I've known her since I was like 10 or 11. So, she's not super into the whole dirt bike thing.
Perfect.
I think I got her to watch one race during outdoors, so that was nice, and she thought I looked good out there. So, I imagine I'll get a lot of positive feedback as far as my speed and technique is concerned, just because of lack of knowledge. But no, it's going good. Home life is solid.
Good. Well, I'm glad because I think as a professional racer at your guys' level, it's nice to have a woman that knows nothing or doesn't give a shit about dirt bikes, because no matter what you do, you're still great, right? They don't know any better. And you have a bad day, it's like almost they can get you to feel better, you know?
The home life thing is that's real. You know, I think it's the same thing when people talk about having a kid, and that gives them a different perspective and all that stuff. Is, you know, growing up, I think it's drilled into your subconscious as a kid. It's like, you know, win or die. Like it's life or death, like racing, and, you know, how it goes at the track and how you're riding and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden you have this person that comes around that you really care about, and you're like, oh man, you know, I can, you know, have a bad day of riding and I could still be a happy person, you know?
Right.
Like there's still something else out there. So,
a lot of texts about the new girl. A lot of texts I've been in lately.
Oh, so not just me.
Oh, no.
Really?
No. Pookie,
cool.
I'm asking. Yeah, a lot of discussion.
Pookie can text me. Pookie can text me about it.
Yeah, she probably could, I guess. So then, I got to get the details on. It's a lot. It's a whole lot of things. I'm trying to find out about Baggett and Adams' chick. That's what I'm on the case. I'm on the case. So, all right, AC.
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll say see you this weekend, but I probably won't. Maybe virtually, but
yeah, hopefully.
That'll be about it. Thanks for the time, man. Appreciate it.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Yep, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
That's Adam Cianciarulo, brought to you by artistsport.com. I didn't get to half of my questions just because
I know I was at a couple more too.
I started ranting about Baggett and whatever. So actually.